since I've been bleeding. I know I'm not right anymore, but I'm tired of this night. I'm tired of always missing pieces. Rip it off, won't you show me how you hurt the world? 'Cause I need you to be well. Change rolls along the way. What's correct? I expect. I don't know. It happened for so long now. I know I'm not right anymore. But I need you to know. I need to see these missing pieces. Oh, rip it out if you want it back. Tell me now if you feel something real. Oh, rip it off, won't you show me how you hurt the world? 'Cause I need you to be well. Rip it off, won't you show me how you hurt the world? 'Cause I need you to be well. Yeah, you need it. We don't find the reason you wanna be all you were back then. If only we knew. Rip it out if you want it back. Tell me now if you feel something real. Rip it off, won't you show me how you hurt the world? 'Cause I need you to be well. Rip it off, won't you show me how you hurt the world? 'Cause I need you to be well.
Welcome, race fans from around the globe. Here they come, out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. All right, welcome back, sim racing fans, to 1 to Go Studios coverage of the 2021 Spring Summer Lightspeed Racing League Xfinity Series presented by The Grid Finder, Wilder Graphics, The Butt Kicker, Sim Speed Shops, and Track Time Entertainment. Tonight, we bring you coverage of the season finale from the New Hampshire Super Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. I'm Harold Arner for 1 to Go Studios. Thank you for tuning in tonight. The guys are out there currently working on their qualification, and we will be getting to this momentarily. As you see, we are here for the LSRL Xfinity finale for the Butt Kicker 121 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway here in Loudon, as Justin Wilson has just put up the fastest time in qualification. Looking at there's Kathy Joe checking in on Facebook with the 1 to Go Studios, and yes, there were horrible storms, and we're hoping they stay off at bay tonight as well. But here for the season finale of the Xfinity Series here at New Hampshire. And looking at, we're going to put up the standings here, so we'll get right to that. So current standings right now, Justin Wilson leading away, 4 points over Landon Quisenberry. So that's going to be the 1-2 punch here tonight. Then Kohlhaas, O'Brien, Ludi, Hearn, Michael Steffen, Dylan Gomez, David Dunwoody, and Anthony Giuliano. So this will be a good battle between Justin Wilson, who has 6 wins out of 10 races, and Landon Quisenberry, who hasn't won one, but 4 points between the two. So it could be up to tonight to see who our champ is. So it comes to the last race. So let's get over to our actual pylon here. Let's see if we can get some of these guys out here on the racetrack. And Mike Jeans at 08 won yesterday at the Nashville Super Speedway in the Cup Series. You're doing 121 laps here for tonight's feature. 1.06 miles is the track length. 70% fuel, 3 tires in the pits for the guys. We'll do 2 green-white checker attempts. The pole award will be given by Sweatless. They feature a line of products like no other in athletic wear industry. Dry technology has solved the problem of sweat odor, bacteria, and stains. Train more and sweat less. We'll kick it over to them before qualifying is over. All right, train more, sweat less. They'll provide that. Put a cap on that. Baseball cap will be going to tonight's pole sitter. Right now is Justin Wilson. Following him is Jason Maines in that 45 and Cameron Hearn in that 15. We got guys out here finishing up qualifying. 18 seconds left. And then we'll get to the grid. The grid is presented by the Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid. Logan Powers just signed in. He was a very strong car last night. And that looks like it ends our qualifying run. So on the pole tonight, Justin Wilson, he's the winner to put a cap on that pole award at 30.666. He'll be the inside pole sitter for tonight's grid. Now getting into our grid here. Justin Wilson out of inside. Outside him is Jason Maines. Cameron Hearn inside of row number 2. Outside him is Mike Jeans, who won yesterday at Nashville. Adam O'Brien and Landon Quisenberry will be in row number 3. And you have to keep an eye on that 75 and the 58 who's in row 1. They are 4-point separation in the championship standings. Ira Kohlhaas and his teammate Brandon Massey will be in row number 4. Row 5, Aaron Hearn and Brandon Ayers. Dylan Gones and Pat O'Brien will be in row number 6. Row 7 is David Dunley and Joseph Murata. And Logan Powers, Chase Berry will be in row number 8. Row 9, Jake Fluman and Christopher Couric. Anthony Ludi and Keith Bouchard will be rounding us out in row 10 in the 19th and 20th position. That is your starting grid for the Butt Kicker 121 here in New Hampshire and Loudon, New Hampshire. And it was provided by the Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid. Waiting for the pace car to roll us off. We're looking at the front stretch. Everybody is in their cars except for Logan Powers. Maybe he is still in pit lane. Looks like he just jumped in his car because we are pacing. So 20 drivers tonight. Pretty full field for tonight's final event. The first lap is presented by Sim Speed Shops. Sim Speed Shops specializes in custom sim racing hardware. Sim Speed Shops manufacture sim racing hardware, utilizing the best components available as well as mixing in real-life racing components when available. Customize your hardware and rig today. Visit www.simspeedshops.com. Last week's winner was Cameron Hearn as we're coming to the green flag at Nashville. We've got Justin Wilson leading us up to the front here. We've got him and Maines 1-2 side by side here at Loudon, with Mike Jeans right behind him in the third spot. That 91, that's Aaron Hearn. In a different paint scheme than we normally see him in. This is about the 8th position. As you see Brandon Massey go contact there in the 91 and the 8 in Brandon Massey's car. But no caution out there from that, as Massey in the 65 took a big hit to the outside. We got Pat O'Brien, David Dunley, those big Jim Cookie guys. Working lap number 2. Cameron Hearn puts up the fastest lap with 30.7. Get back up to the front. We have a challenge for the lead here with Maines over Wilson. And then third, it's Cameron Hearn. And then he's sporting a new paint scheme. It's like a Lippy's paint scheme for Cameron Hearn today. So guys have now started to fall into single file. The top 5 mains, Wilson, Hearns, Jeans, and Adam O'Brien. The top 5 is working lap number 4. You know, guys are starting to spread out some. We will have 2 competition cautions, and then we will go to the end on iRacing flags only. At 45, about almost a half a second ahead of Wilson. Cameron Hearn looking to get around him. Adam O'Brien has moved up into this top 5 pack. Behind him, almost a second, is Ira Kohlhaas. Brandon Massey is all the way back to 20th with that severe damage that he received. Lagones was involved in that, as well as Aaron Hearn. The 3 cars were involved, but no caution. This league does work on iRacing flags only, so iRacing did not deem it needing a caution, so they stayed green. There's Wilson, Hearn, and Jeans on the screen as Maines continues to move in front here by about 4/10. Mike Jeans now looking to get around Cameron Hearn as you're looking here over the tunnel turn there. To allow Wilson to pull away a little bit over Hearn and Jeans with O'Brien right there with them. This is the part of the top 5. You see Jeans just has a better run off the corner. And Ira Kohlhaas is moving up into this group, as he's got a good 2.5 seconds behind him to Landon Quisenberry. Like Adam O'Brien now up underneath Mike Jeans for the 4th spot as they're side by side on the backstretch now. Back up in the front here, there's the 45 of Maines, followed by Wilson and Hearn. Working lap number 10 here at New Hampshire. We'll check in with our LottiesTravelWorld.com weather for the Buckacre 121. Partly cloudy skies. Air temp 76, 106 degrees on the track. Relative humidity is 10 and the winds are barely moving out of the north at 2 miles an hour. Presented by LottiesTravelWorld.com. If you're looking for a vacation of any kind, contact LottiesTravelWorld.com. Let them plan so you can tan. Check out LottiesTravelWorld.com. Finishing 11 laps of the 121. As Maines, Wilson, and Hearn continue to be the top 3. Jeans and O'Brien finishing out the top 5. And now we've seen Ira Kohlhaas moving his way up with an 0.8 of Adam O'Brien. And almost 5 seconds off the leader is Kunis, Quisenberry, and Powers. And then it started to be 7 seconds. So a lot of tire attrition in the back half of the field here as things are starting to spread out. Thirteen into the 121. Coming across the stripe here. All right, these guys looking at 15 laps down to the 121. Maines, Wilson, Hearn, Jeans, and O'Brien. Wilson looking for another podium to solidify his championship points here in the Xfinity Series. Looks like Hearn has caught the back of Wilson. Fairly spread out throughout the racetrack. It looks like on lap 15, Chris Currick, Chase Berry, and Keith Bouchard all had some kind of an incident. We were not able to catch that. We might be able to look at that under our next caution. Excuse me there. We're in lap number 19 now. Did 20 of the 121, 101 laps to go. Jake Fluman, the number 98. Okay. Well, you know, I guess I was raised right, so. And I can't. It happened so fast I couldn't hit the mute on the mic, so I apologize. Jake Fluman and the number 5 Joe, followed by that's David Dunway in that 46 Black Magic design car. About mid-pack here. Actually more towards the back, about 14th spot. See Aaron Hearn in the 15th position there. Looks like the battle here for the 13th position with the number 5, Joe Murata. Working lap number 24 of the 121. And number 4 working on underneath Dave there, that's Mr. Barry, Chase Barry. And times have fallen off to 31.9 for the front runner. Everybody else pretty much in the 32s now. 24 of the 121 in here. Looks like on lap 25 we had an issue with Landon Quisenberry. See if I can get back to that real quick for our replay. That was our race leader. Oh, he hits the outside retaining wall, slides it through the infield. Don't look like he hit anything, but he's off the racing surface. That's why no caution flew. That puts him in a pretty bad position. All things considered here. On board with Wilson in the second spot as he's catched mains. Sweatless onboard camera. So this is our points leader, the number 58 of Justin Wilson. And the 75 is the only one that had an opportunity all the way back to 19th. some 23 seconds behind the race leader after making contact with the outside retaining wall on the backstretch. There will be 2 competition cautions that should help Landon figure out what was wrong with his car. Hopefully no damage, or no damage that cannot be repaired, has happened to the car. And they're catching up to lap traffic here. It looks like Keith Bouchard in front of our race leader, the number 45 Mains. They're about 2 seconds behind him. Working lap number 29 of the 121. They're coming up on 25% of the race finished. Mains gets around the lap car, putting Keith Bouchard down a lap, as we're now working lap number 30. At 64, now moving up behind the 3rd place car of Cameron Hearn, as it's about 2 seconds back to Mike Jeans and another 2.5 seconds back to Adam O'Brien, as these top 3 drivers are really working here. And it looks like Joe has decided lap 30 is going to be our first competition caution. That was previously determined, I just didn't have the information. So lap 30 and most likely 70, I believe, but we'll see how that works out. So I would assume everybody's coming out pit lane as caution is out for new tires and fuel. We'll see. We'll watch here with our race leaders. The number 45 behind the pace car has allowed Keith Bouchard to get his wave around as the lucky dog. Everybody coming down pit lane, awful busy. You see the whole row of cars coming on down. There's Mains. Wilson. O'Hearn overshot his pit stop. The tires going on the right sides. The left sides. Wilson was first in, and Mains ends up taking the spot. Pat O'Brien looks like he's having a little issue finding his pit stall. It looks like Adam O'Brien has moved up to the 7th spot. Bouchard, the only one who hasn't come down pit lane just yet. Pat O'Brien looks like he's coming back around to try to get back to his pit stall, since he only had 1 second in his box. So fuel, tires, and everything for everyone, but Pat O'Brien, I believe he'll be coming back down again. As there's Keith Bouchard now going to get his service done. Pat O'Brien coming down again. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage on that front car. Not much, but does have some on that right front. And a little bit on that left rear as he gets it into his pit stall there. So Mains, Wilson, O'Brien, Cameron Hearn, and Dylan Gonis. So Cameron Hearn losing a spot on pit lane, as well as Wilson. Now Pat O'Brien and Brandon Massey will be the last two off of pit lane. Let's see if we can get a good shot of Massey's ride and his damage on that left side. And that Buckshot Tools, as he had contact with the number 91 early. Now Pat O'Brien looking like he's had a nose full. You can see that in the right side damage for his Big Jim Cookies machine. All right, lining up to take the green flag here. And the green flag's out. Maine's off to a big jump. Adam O'Brien inside, looked like for a second inside of Justin Wilson. He was able to power off the corner. O'Brien sticking to that low side, not working out for him at this point. You see Hearn get around him on the high side. Caution is out. See if we can see what happened here. We're back on our replay. Contact between the 24 and the 25. That was Ludi and Couric. So that will be our first actual caution. And O'Brien, Massey, and Couric all on pit lane, as well as Mike Jeans. Mike Jeans ended up doing pit strategy yesterday and running a fuel run to win at Nashville, so he may be looking at something himself here. Doesn't like he's been in any issues. Looked like he just drove through pit lane at 21 seconds, so not sure. But Mike Jeans will put himself back in the 17th spot. So far, everybody, all 20 drivers still connected, still on the racetrack, and still on the lead lap. You know, since we're waiting, we'll get with our sponsor, Grid Finder. That's our Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid as we're on board here with Adam O'Brien in the third spot as we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. The base car coming off of turn 4. The restart zone will be initiated by Justin Wilson, the 45, directly in front of Adam O'Brien. There goes the pace car, and off they go. The 45 fires it off. Big jump. See Adam O'Brien looking underneath the Wilson here, going into turn number 1. Side by side in turn 1, O'Brien with Justin Wilson, keeping it way on that inside line. Working that backstretch now, side by side with Justin Wilson in the 58. Coming down in the third, or turn number 3. See them working side by side, coming back to the flag. As you see the front four all together there in a big little group. With now Dylan Gonis into the party for the top 5. Dylan Gonis in the top 5. And we have a nice little group forming behind Ira Kohlhaas. And we are lap number 40 now. Sliding around to the number 91 there. Lots of cars side by side. Everybody's still racing. Back to the front here. As Maines is controlling the lead. That was Bouchard and Hearn, it looks like, Aaron Hearn. We're on board here with Cameron Hearn in a 15 in the 3rd position. We're going to sweatless onboard camera. And that Blippy 15, new paint scheme for Cameron. And Adam O'Brien moving himself back into the 4th position, with Dylan Gonis behind him and Ira Kohlhaas. And a good 2-second back to the next group. We're in lap number 44. Top 6 together. And you have a small group of 2 behind them. Logan Powers, so the Monster 98, scored as the 209. And with him is Chase Berry. So Maines, Wilson, Hearn, O'Brien, Gonis, and Kohlhaas starting to catch up to Keith Bouchard, who will be a lap down if they get up to him here, lap 46. Cameron Hearn moving up to the 2nd spot, gets around Wilson, moving up to try to get in around Maines for a challenge for the lead. Got a car length behind him. Lap 48 of 121. A little over a third finished with tonight's racing. Bouchard getting out of the way for the leaders, keeping it right along that bottom line there, and just work around him in the high side. Into the grass a little bit is Bouchard in the 64. Pacing 31.5 seconds to the front leaders here. Maines, Hearn, Wilson, O'Brien, and Gonez. Back here is Aaron, Hearn, and Couric. Jake Fluman looks like he's a little loose off turn 2. At number 98 Red Bull. A lot of right side damage on that car. Atlantic Quisenberry's moved his way up into the 10th spot. He's trying to challenge. He needs to get 4 positions ahead of Wilson. Right now Wilson's in a podium position, so he's got a lot of work to do. There's Jake Fluman in the 98. Working lap 51 and 121, 70 laps to go. Bouchard working underneath that apron to get the other drivers to let him go around. And Fluman around Dunwoody takes over the 11th spot. Behind Dunwoody is Joe Marotta, and now we're back up with Justin Wilson in the 3rd spot. And Landon Quisenberry up back to Dunwoody. That's 10th on back here. Number 5 dies below the 46. 46 all the way down under the apron. 16 of Brandon Ayers having some connection issues. Back up to the front where Cameron Hearn is your new race leader and moving up to 3/10 of the lead here as he's gotten around Jason Maines. We're getting lap 54 now, or done 54 on 55. So the Blippy Toyota moved into the top spot. Behind him about 4/10 is Maines and Wilson. Starting to spread out the field a little bit. Completed lap 55 of the 121. Adam O'Brien in the 4th spot. Gonez and Kohlhaas behind him. Getting to work lap 57 down, and now we're on 58 as Cameron Hearn has moved up to a 2nd lead over Maines. Is 4th, 5th, and 6th. Small pack behind the leaders. Pat O'Brien and David Dunwoody. 08 getting around the 4. It's Mike Jeans getting around Barry. for the 7th spot. Oh, big time collision there. The 4 and the 98. But no caution since they're off the raceway. And the 98 was actually Powers. So Powers and Barry. Big collision on lap number 59. So Logan Powers takes the tow. The Bichard and Powers both a lap down. We'll see if Powers stays on service or disconnects. That was a hard hit for both of them inside that, into the inside retaining wall on the backstretch on lap number 59. Now looking at Adam O'Brien, Gomez, and Ira Kohlhaas. Brandon Masson is 65 in the 15th spot. Ayerson is 16 and 10th. And 64, Bichard hitting the outside retaining wall, turn 2 into the inside fence. That was the number 64. And he's limping around. Heavy contact. They're Ludi, Dunwoody, and Massey. This is 13th, 14th, and 15th. Back to Dylan Gonis challenging underneath Adam O'Brien. O'Brien has the runoff. Look at Gonis coming in there again. Massey looking to get underneath Dunwoody in the 46. They're side by side here. Off turn number 4. On board here with Dunwoody. And you see the Big Jim and the Big Jim cookies. And damage that right side of that car in turn number 1. Massey underneath him and Aaron Hearn behind them. 91 goes under the 46. Chase Berry without a hood is currently in the 17th spot. Landon Quisenberry in the 16 of Brandon Ayers. Is at Pringle 75. Trying to gain some more position to help his case for the championship spots. His name is Pat O'Brien. And looks like caution flag flies as we're in our second competition caution. And let's hear from our title sponsor, the Butt Kicker.
Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
Sure to use that code LSRL, get you 20% off. And yet the 16 of Brandon Ayers has been having connection issues today, blinking in and out. You see that. There's a couple other drivers. I believe Logan Powers is another. But he has manually disconnected. Logan Powers is out for the night. We'll see how these guys go off. Dylan Gomez ended up getting in and out of pit lane in a pretty good manner somehow in moving up to the second spot. 37.5 seconds was his time on pit lane. Really good pit stop for Dylan, putting him in the second position. Let's pull up our race recap presented by Track Time Entertainment. Leaders Justin Wilson. We've had 3 cautions for a total of 9 laps thus far. 20 drivers started the race. Cameron Hearn the fastest lap, 30.734. That's your race recap for the Butt Kicker 121 presented by Track Time Entertainment. And Track Time Entertainment is located in Texas, builds custom driving simulators with a personal touch. Rigs are fully customizable with color options and utilize 80/20 US extruded aluminum. These rigs offer a wide range of adjustability as well as different options for wheels, shifters, keyboards, and the possibilities are endless. If you could dream it, Track Time Entertainment can build it for you. Ira Kohlhaas coming back down pit lane. So Justin Wilson has the lead here as we're working caution for competition. And lap number 69. And going is with a heck of a yellow flag pit stop, puts himself into the second position. From 5th to 2nd. Jake Fluman jumps a bunch of positions up to the 5th spot. Adam O'Brien loses 2 positions on pit lane. A lot of moving around on pit lane as we're going to have 41 laps remaining. I believe they can do that on fuel. They do have 70% fuel cells. We'll see how that works and who gets that. We're going to be back to green flags. Wilson takes us off into turn number 1 with some damage to the front of Mains's car. He's working underneath Dylan Gomez. So the 58 and the 27, 1-2 and the 45 in the 3rd spot, the 08 of Jeans and Fluman in the number 98. That's your top 5. The Massey in the 12th spot, being caught up in the 2nd lap collision. That's 16 in the 75. We're on here with the number 5. There's Joe Baroda. He's right behind Landon Quisenberry currently. In the 9th position, there's Landon. Guys are pretty well spread out, and there's that 16 Ayers. He continues to blink in and out. It looks like Bouchard may have disconnected as well. He's out of his car at this point. So 18 cars all on the lead lap. As we have 48 laps, or 58 laps left. 48 laps remaining, sorry. These guys can go 56 laps on fuel. We can get to the end here. On board with Maines in the first spot. Now with Jeans as he's catching up to the back of the 45. So all the way back to Cameron Hearn all together here. That puts us back to 7. Wilson, Gonas, Maines, Jeans, and now Adam O'Brien has gotten around Cameron Hearn. Behind him is Hearn and Fluman. On board with Jeans. Move our way here on that 45. Wilson, Gonas, Maines, Jeans, O'Brien, top 5, Hearn, Fluman in this top group of 7. Working lap number 77 of the 121. These guys have been out on their tires and fuel for 10 laps. Everyone working the same pit strategy. All the way back to Fluman. There, as you see, Hearn under O'Brien for the 5th spot. On board now at Maine, the 3rd position car behind Gonas. Gonas. So 1 through 6, one single file line. They have a nice break, about a 1.5 back to Fluman. And then a good 2 seconds behind him is Landon Quisenberry in the 8th spot. Working lap number 81. They get across here, be 40 laps to go. Guys, we're 2/3 done, 60% down. We'll continue to work the laps down here. Wilson, Gonas, Maines, Jeans, and Cameron Hearn, the top 5. O'Brien and Fluman. O'Brien is in the end of this little group here, and then you have a little bit of a gap between him and Fluman. Then a small pack that Quisenberry is leading in the 8th position. Working about 31.8, so a little less than 32 seconds a lap here for these guys. About 20 minutes left in the race to go green to the end. Right now, the race leader is your points leader. And the second in points is in the 8th spot, and that's Landon Quisenberry. The front 5 could be anybody's race. They're just counting the laps down now. Working the strategies backwards to see what they can do and when they can put the throttle down and make some passes. It looks like Cameron Hearn's underneath Maines now. Or as underneath Jeans as he's looking to get up to Maines. So Cameron Hearn moving into the 4th spot puts Jeans back in 5th. And behind them is Adam O'Brien, just kind of watching the front 5 in front of him. About 35 left. Continue the race here. Looks like a 27 and the 58 make contact as there's a race for the lead. Slideways, both of them. Justin Wilson maintaining the lead. As Jeans gets around him. So Gonis hurt on that pass attempt. Moved back to the 5th spot. There is a bonus point for getting 0 incidents in a race, which that takes that one from Justin Wilson. Landon Quisenberry still showing a 0x, so that could be a bonus point that may come into factor a little later. Jonah is sliding off the corner. We were checking him out there. It's Mike Jeans moving up to the 4th spot, now challenging underneath Cameron Hearn. That's for 3rd. Let's stay back in the 4th position. But the top 6 drivers all still within each other. No real big gap throughout that group. And a good 4 seconds over Fluman. So the top 6 within earshot and eyesight of each other. And then a nice big looping back to Fluman. And about a second behind him is Landon Quisenberry with a group of drivers with him. Cameron Hearn under the 45 coming into turn number 1. Flippy 15 moving up into 2nd. Mike Jeans looking to attack underneath Maines as well. Around the back stretch. Making an evasive maneuver there to not get into the side of the 45. 15 under Justin Wilson looking to take the top spot. For number 1, side by side, the 58 on the high side, the 15 trying to work the low groove. Really close quarters coming off the back stretch here. Onto the back stretch, 58 with the advantage. 15 pulls alongside going into turn number 3. Cameron Hearn working that inside line as we're on board with Wilson. Cameron Hearn falls in line behind the 58. Looking for another attempt there as Mike Jeans now is right on his bumper looking for the 2nd spot himself. Pat O'Brien heading down in the pit lane on lap number 92. These guys have worked 26 laps on their tires and fuel. Cameron Hearn continuing to harass the 58 of Wilson, looking for a way to get around him, as Mike Jeans is looking the same for him. They go side by side coming off the corner. Wilson, Hearn, Jeans, Maines, and Adam O'Brien. So counting them down, 25 laps left. As Hearn looking for a way to get around race leader Justin Wilson. Mike Jeans is looking to pounce on the both of them if the opportunity presents itself. There he goes down on the inside. They may go 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. Mike Jeans backpedals it a little bit, puts himself into 3rd position. Finish lap number 95. Pressure being applied all through the top 5. Wilson about 2 car lengths ahead until he hits the corner. Cameron Hearn looking to work the high side around the 58. The 08 of Mike Jeans looking to take the inside line. Cameron Hearn on the outside of the 58 looking to take the turn number 1 lead here. About 1 and 2 onto the backstretch. 775 of Adam O'Brien cutting the heck out of the apron there. Able to drive that car up, puts himself into the 4th spot. Cameron Hearn now has the lead over 58 Justin Wilson. Looks like Mike Jeans may have got the 2nd spot as well. And the 775 Adam O'Brien is going to fall back in line in the 5th as he's looking to get up around the 45 and the 58 and make his claim for the top 3. Justin Wilson back to the 3rd spot. Adam O'Brien underneath him. Mike Jeans working his way into the 2nd position, coming up on a lap car that looks like Ayers. Possibly Christopher Couric. They're both running the red, white, and blue schemes. That's Christopher Couric. If he gets out of the way, unless the leaders pass on by. Hearn and Jeans, the top 2. And about 7/10 back to Adam O'Brien, who's working on Wilson. Trying to get around Wilson, sliding off of turn number 4. Landon Quisenberry quietly in the 9th spot, about 9 seconds behind this race leader. So 21 laps remaining in tonight's race as we're now working lap number 100 of the 121. Hearn, Jeans, O'Brien now in the 3rd spot. Wilson, Maines, your top 5. Behind them is Dylan Gonis, and a huge gap, 6 seconds back to Jake Fluman. Working on board here with Jeans. Got 08 in the 2nd spot. 20 laps to go. Guys got 35 laps on their tires and fuel. You're watching Cameron Hearn kind of pulling off the 6/10 lead here. Hearn and Jeans working lap 103 now. These guys are 2 seconds ahead of O'Brien, who has Wilson and Maines with him. Adam O'Brien coming down pit lane. I wonder if these guys have fuel to the end, as Justin Wilson is in this group here. Wilson, Maines, and Gones. It's Adam O'Brien down pit lane. Jake Fluman slide going high up the track there. Quisenberry up to the 7th spot. Adam O'Brien 6-7 seconds in his pit stall. 9-10 seconds. Looks like he's taking fuel and tires. Adam O'Brien put himself in the 16th position. He'll end up losing a lap. You're going to hear Wilson Gones in the 45 of Maines. This is your top 5, 3 through 5, 3, 4, and 5 here. Hearn the leader by 0.8 over Jeans. Oh, that might have been Dylan Gones that blinked out that time. Here's Ayers, the 9th. So 15 laps to go. That's the 16 that continues to blink out here. As Landon Quisenberry has Pat O'Brien with fresher tires behind him. This is that group for third on back, with Gones now in the command of this little group here. Wilson sliding to the high side, the 45 under him. Adam O'Brien coming back up onto the racetrack. He's a lap down, getting behind Dylan Gones. They'll put Wilson back in the 5th spot as we see Quisenberry catching up here. Still about 9 seconds separate the two of them. That is our grouping here. You have Quisenberry in the 7th spot in the 7.5 and the 58 of Justin Wilson. Those are your points leaders. Wilson leading by 4 points over Quisenberry. Hearn now 1.2 seconds over Mike Jeans. Do these guys have fuel and tires to the end? That's the question. We had a few drivers come down for green flag pit stops. And the 45 now getting around Dylan Gones as they're fighting here for the 3rd position. 3, 4, and 5 right here, with Wilson being the car in the back in the 5th position. Ira Kohlhaas in 6th, Quisenberry 7th. About a half a track length behind these guys. So Cameron Hearn a 1.8 second lead over Jeans in that 15 car, leading the way as we're coming up on 10 laps to go. Cameron Hearn, our race leader, with 10 laps to go. 2 seconds over Mike Jeans in the 08. So about 8 laps left as the 15 is just knocking down the paces one lap at a time. As he's catching up to some lap traffic, that's Anthony Ludi, the last car on the lead lap, number 25. As you see Adam O'Brien getting around on that low side around him, muscles that car around, getting himself onto the lead lap. So he's the last car on the lead lap now. You can see the gap, almost an entire corner from the 15th position, 15 car to the 08, as that's 1.7 seconds now the difference. So Justin Wilson holding that 5th position. Ira Koolhaas, Quisenberry in 7th. About an 11 seconds difference between Wilson and Quisenberry. Quisenberry needs to make up 4 points on Wilson for the championship standings. Does he have it in him to get around Wilson and make up some positions before this is over? 6 laps left now. Continuing to lead the field here, almost 2 seconds ahead of Mike Jeans. Then they have about a 6-second gap back to Maines, Gones, and Wilson. See now Dunwoody, the next car that may be left here, as we get the 5 laps to go out to the 15. Cameron Hearn throwing 32 seconds per lap, almost flat. Pretty much the fastest car out there. It has been out since the last caution. With 4 laps to go here. Throwing 32, the last lap of 32.2 is still the fastest among the leaders. We're going to put the number 5 a lap down. Put only 13 cars on the lead lap. Three laps to go. And they're working with Cameron Hearn here. On board with the number 15 in the first spot. Coming to the 2 to go here. The sticks will be out from the flag band, and they're coming off of turn number 4. Gets the 2 to go signal. So 8 turns to go for Cameron Hearn, as he's got almost a 3-second lead over Mike Jeans. Back stretch, 6 turns to go. And going through the throttle here, off the throttle, causing that car trying to turn it back down to the apex. Playing with the throttle. White flag is out. We're on the final lap, 1 to go from 1 to Go Studios for Cameron Hearn, the 15 for the season finale for the Lightspeed Racing League Xfinity Series. Cameron Hearn has a 3-second lead over Mike Jeans. Just trying to get this thing home to the checkered flag. 2 turns remaining. Checker flag in the air. Cameron Hearn looking for the checker. Gets underneath the flag, man, and he wins here at the New Hampshire Super Speedway. He will be the winner of the season finale here, Cameron Hearn. And that Blippy 15. Cameron Hearn, tonight's winner. He parks it in right there on the stripe for us. Mike Jeans and Jason Maines. There's Jeans. Waiting for our other driver to come up here. And there's, looking for Jason Maines. Hit the 1-2 there. Maybe up there he is. He was there. I gotta back it up to get the Maines because I didn't see him. There he is. Came in and parked the car. All right, see if I can get some of these guys. There's Jason, so we can move him around. Get with, there's Jeans. Right, I believe we have everybody now. So get with Maines here. All right, we can now talk to our drivers. All right, Jason, man, back with us today here. Third place for the ESC ride at number 45.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The first time on fixed here, so I had to spend a lot of the race learning. And Jeans and Cameron were definitely better than I was. They learned the shifting, and I had no idea, so I was still trying to learn that the whole race. But congrats to Cameron. Awesome race for them and Jeans. And congrats to the champion there, Justin Wilson. Congrats to him. And what's the other guy's name? Queensberry.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good, exciting system here. The guys, seen you guys coming in the last few races, and you get yourself in a third place tonight here with the Xfinity Series. We got one more race with the LSRL guys. It will be Tuesday night back here. You get another shot at it with the Cup cars.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I have a lot of fun. The racing in this league is so clean. It's fun, and it's a lot of respect in here, and that's what it's all about.
All right, who do you want to thank before we let you go?
Got to thank Elliott Sadler Esports, Happy Tides. We're going to thank 101 CBD and Linux. Greatly appreciate their help, and you guys for putting on the broadcast. And once again, congrats to Cameron and your champion, Justin Wilson.
All right, there's Jason Maine, our third place driver for tonight. Let's get with our second place driver, Mr. Jeans. Mike, you almost put it back to back between the two cars, but come up a little short tonight. Second place, so you're 1-2 for this week.
Yeah, it's a pretty good week. Car's a little tighter than I was expecting it to be. You know, I ran a lot of races here last week in the official series, but that was all open setup, so car was a lot looser in that. So it took me a while to get around to figuring out how to get the car to turn without completely destroying the right front tire, which I still didn't do it quite as good as Cameron did, but we had fun. Another good night for Elliott Sadler Esports.
You guys second and third tonight. So who do you want to thank, man? This is the finale for the Xfinity cars. We got Cup Series will be back on Tuesday night. Right back here, actually.
Wilder Graphics, Lightspeed Racing League for putting this stuff on. You know, you for doing these broadcasts. We really appreciate it, and being able to get out there, get our sponsors out there. Nutrien Ag, OfferPad, Abruzzi, Phoenix Designs, Premier Carts, Top Hand Foundation, and all our partners at Elliott Sadler Esports.
All right, Mike Jeans, second place tonight. We'll see him again on Tuesday in the Cup Series right back here at New Hampshire.
Thank you.
And let's get with our checkered flag tonight, Cameron Hearn. Cameron Hearn, man, you got yourself a checkered flag at the finale here for the Xfinity Series. You made it look easy.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. There's a lot of fast guys out there. It's extremely hard to pass, but I feel like once I got out in the front, it was a little bit a lot less stressful. I would say that. So there were some fast guys. Michael, Jason, they were fast all night. Even Dylan at the end and Justin. Those about 5 guys I had a race with all night. So I think either one of us could have had it, just kind of getting track position at the right time.
All right. New paint scheme. We got the Blippy car out here today, and the Supra brings home the checkered flag at the season finale. Who do you want to thank for tonight's checkered flag?
Man, Harold, you do an awesome job. I look forward to watching the race. And Blippy is my son's favorite character, so I figured I'd run it, and so maybe he'd enjoy watching the races a little bit more. So hey, Hayden, I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad and my wife Ashley, who's probably was around 10 o'clock. She might be in bed by now. If not, she's wishing she probably was asleep. But anyway, so this is a shout out to all the guys that showed up week in, week out. Justin on the championship. Landon came in second. He was consistent all year, and just look forward to the same guys showing up next year, next season, and maybe some newcomers.
All right, Cameron Hearn, finale winner here at New Hampshire.
Thank you.
And let's try to get with Wilson. Got him up against the wall here. All right, Justin, we're going to pull you in here. Championship run tonight. 5th is probably, if I'm not mistaken, probably your lowest finish, but you still got a championship out of this.
Yeah, that one hurt. I mean, we had a fast car. I was just minding my own pace, minding my own business. We had a fast car. I was just kind of riding to the end, but I really didn't expect to get bodied into the wall. So that kind of screwed it over for us. It really hurt the car. I couldn't turn after that, and we just fell back. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, after that, I knew I had to try and stay in front of Landon because I know I was racing him. So we were able to do that and pulled it off.
All right, who do you want to thank for your championship here for the Lightspeed Racing League Butt Kicker Series for the Xfinity cars?
Oh, man, got to thank you for putting the show on. Lightspeed for allowing us to come in, Wilder Graphics. I got to get with Anthony. He painted up a car, so I'm going to get with that. I'll be looking forward to next season. I should have a lot of fun. And I also want to thank my friends that were here, Chase and Grizzly and Randy, and Chris Holm was going to try and make it tonight, but he wasn't able to get off work in time. So, and my buddy Obuchi there, he's really good at sitting on pit road. So, but yeah, I want to thank all those guys, man. It makes racing enjoyable.
All right, Justin Wilson, your points leader or your points winner tonight, championship finale here at New Hampshire. Got one more at New Hampshire. You got the Cup Series coming back Tuesday night.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and be there.
Justin back out there, and we'll go over our other things we need to take care of. So our results right here. Cameron Hearn, your winner for tonight's Butt Kicker 121. Jeans Mains going as Wilson. Ira Kohlhaas 6th. 7th was Brandon Ayers. Quisenberry, Massey, and Adam O'Brien, the top 10. Then the 11th through 20th was Hearn, Barry, Fluman, Marotta, Dunwoody, and Ludi, with Pat O'Brien from 13th to 17th from Fluman. To O'Brien was 1 lap down. Couric, Bouchard, and Logan Powers rolls out the 20. So that puts the end to the Grid Finder results here. Find your place on the grid. I'm Harold Darver, Wendigo Studios from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Season finale of the Butt Kicker 121 for the Butt Kicker Xfinity Series for Lightspeed Racing League. We'll see you guys at the next turn.
What an exciting race brought to you by Wendigo Studios. Here they come out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. Thank you to all our sponsors, drivers, and viewers. We'll see you at the next